Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World Geography. For today, we're going to start in on chapter 2, which is all about the physical landmarks and aspects of the Earth. So, the first thing today that we're going to look at is the different ways that the Earth moves or is positioned that makes different things happen. So, we're really going to focus on the ideas and terms revolution, rotation, and seasons. The little light bulb down there says knowing information about how the Earth moves helps us understand a lot about the weather, too. So, did you guys know that some of the people who live in the northern parts of Iceland, Norway, Sweden, and Finland have more than 20 hours of daylight in the summer and more than 20 hours of darkness in the winter? That's a true story. This is all due to the Earth's tilt and revolution around the sun. You may remember that the solar system is formed by the sun, the Earth, and 7 other planets, and that Earth is the third planet from the sun. So it moves or revolves around the sun at a rate of 67,000 miles per hour. So even going this fast, it takes a full year for the Earth to make one revolution around the sun. So one revolution is 1 year. At the same time, Earth rotates on its axis, which is an imaginary line that runs from the North Pole to the South Pole through the center of the Earth. So each rotation of the Earth takes 1 day. Now, it's important to note that Earth doesn't stand straight on its axis, and it actually tilts about 23.5 degrees. Because of this tilt, the northern hemisphere receives more direct sunlight for half of the year and temperatures are warmer. And then during those months, the southern hemisphere receives less direct sunlight, which causes the temperature to be cooler. And then based on where the Earth is in its revolution, that tilt changes, and that causes the northern and southern hemispheres to have different seasons. So something that you guys might have heard about is that the northern and southern hemispheres have opposite seasons. So for example, we think of Christmas as being cold, right? White Christmas, snowy December here in the northern hemisphere, Missouri, is cold. But places in the southern hemisphere, like Australia, for example, their Christmas is in summer. So it's like the middle of their summertime. So on Christmas Day, they may go to the beach and have fun in some warm weather. So the northern and southern hemispheres have exact opposites of the next couple terms that we're going to look at. The first thing that we're going to look at is a solstice. A solstice is the exact moment at which summer or winter start. So on either June 20th or 21st, kind of depends on the year and some other things that honestly we don't need to get into because I don't completely understand them all. But around June 20th or 21st, the northern hemisphere has the summer solstice and the southern hemisphere has the winter solstice. And then on December 21st or 22nd, the northern hemisphere has the winter solstice and the southern hemisphere has the summer solstice. So the summer solstice is the longest day of the year, and the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. So an equinox is the beginning of spring and autumn. Same thing as what the solstice is on March 21st. The northern hemisphere is the spring equinox, and the southern hemisphere is the autumn equinox. September 23rd, northern hemisphere is the autumn equinox, and the southern hemisphere has spring equinox. Interesting fact to know is that the equinox is a thing because the sun's rays hit the equator directly, which means that the day and nighttime are the same amount of time for everybody, which is just kind of cool to know. So this section has a lot of like good to know information and things that I don't necessarily expect you guys to memorize. A couple things I do want you to memorize from this section is that one revolution of the Earth makes a year, one rotation of the Earth is a day, and that hemispheres have opposite seasons due to the Earth's tilt of its axis. As long as you guys remember those 3 things, you will be good for this section. Go ahead and check in Canvas to see what your next job is, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.